Still using Google Workspace like it's 2015? Let me show you advanced features that will save you hours each week. So let's begin with core productivity tools like Gmail, Google Calendar, Docs, and Keep. For Gmail, use filters, labels, and templates to manage your emails efficiently. For example, you can set up rules to automatically sort the incoming emails into categories. You know how it already sets it up for you, primary, promotions, etc. You can create labels and tags for yourself to just automatically throw the mail into those. No more going through cleaning out, deleting emails with the touch of a button. Google Calendar. You can schedule your workday with time blocking and use appointment slots for client bookings. I know you probably heard of Calendly and Acuity. You don't even have to go for an outside tool. It's right inside of your Google Workspace and easy to set up for yourself. No more emailing people back and forth for available time slots. Send them a link, you're set. And Google Docs and Sheets collaborate in real time. You can track changes, leave comments for team feedback. You can also check for versions. Remember those days where you're collaborating with other people and you're so worried that you go into the document and all the work you've done, it will be gone. You're like, oh my God, what happened to the work I did? Joe Poe Potato Head would say, oh no, I revised it and so and so. Well, where's my version? They're looking at you like, what? Didn't you save a version for yourself? No, no more of that. You can flip back to the version that you had inside of there. It saves all the versions and you can track the changes so that you don't have to worry about, hey, I know I've made changes. What changes did you make? And leave comments for Susie Q that gave you some documentation and it's not the right thing. You can have her fix it or ask for other feedback from clients. Super simple to use. Google Keep, great tool for jotting down quick notes while you're working. You can even create checklists inside of there and saving voice memos, which I do a lot on the go. I just record a message or a note to myself and then go back in. It's saved in my Google Keep. These tools can work together seamlessly and keep you organized inside of your Google Workspace, and it's all there included. Now let's talk about your storing and managing your files with Google Drive. We're familiar with Google Drive and how you can share documents, but did you know that shared drives you can create to store your team documents and have controlled access? Maybe you have a lot of people working with you, you have a VA and some other people that you work with. Well, if you want things specifically to your team or specifically to maybe your clients, you can have shared drives where you just create a drive for your client and that those documents go specifically for that person. I even created a shared drive just for my VA for the things that she works on for me that don't really include the need to be in my other files where I have things for clients or I have things for people that I collaborate with, shared drives to just limit all of the other hands inside or seeing documents. And of course, in your regular documents, you can control who sees and who has access, but sometimes it can get a little complicated. If you want to skip all that, just move it over to shared drive. And the file versioning, like I spoke of, to restore previous versions, I've used that a lot, especially when working with other people or other people's teams. Everybody's hands are in the document. You can easily go back and restore the version you have. Maybe you need to make a copy of it, but at any time, it's never totally gone. Leverage this advanced search operator to quickly locate files. I know Google can be a little interesting when it comes to finding documents, but once you understand the flow of it, they're an amazing search tool. So there's so much inside that makes it easier for you. to find the documents you want to find and quickly locate files without, agonizing. How did I, what wording did I use? Especially as you get to have a lot of files, which in another video we talk about just using better naming conventions and dates. You can even enable offline access to the work. So maybe you're traveling or you're out in Timbuktu with no internet. Download your docs, enable offline access so you can work on things. And then when you get back to the internet access, you can just share documents. And you can securely share and store your files without any worries. Now let's talk about communication tools that'll keep you connected with your clients and even your team. Google Meet, you can use the breakout rooms, you can use Q&A, you can use polls to engage participants as well as, the typical video conferencing tools for meetings. Google Chat, something similar to Slack, you can create spaces for different projects, keeping your discussions organized and also be able to interact with the other tasks and projects you may be working on. All of these things can be connected within Google Workspace because they're all natively integrated. Things like connecting Google Chat with your tools like Asana and Trello so that comments and things that get said in the chat can create tasks or even organize comments and things inside of your task management system. It's a great way to get very organized, but also have everybody on the same sheet of music. And when you're working with multiple people, that can become challenging. Again, effective communication will ensure a smooth collaboration no matter where your team or your clients are located, especially in this pretty much virtual world. So let's talk about some automating those repetitive tasks, the things that you have to do over and over again. Using Google Forms to collect responses that automatically populate on a Google Sheet. This can be really handy, especially when you're just starting out and you're trying to create questionnaires, for lead generation to see if people are going to be a good fit and what their, issues are. You can create and automate the form, move the answers over to a spreadsheet, and integrate with some other steps to prepare yourself for your sales call. A lot of these tools, again, they all integrate together because they're all inside of it. You can do a lot as far as creating app scripts, automations, to send follow-up emails based on those form responses. Some people, aren't really interested in app scripts, but I got a few tricks for your email marketing tool that you'll link to Google Workspace that can make this a lot simpler without using that tool. And if you're interested in that, just comment below that you'd like to see the deep dive for those. You can install add-ons like Form Publisher for automatic document creation. And automation will save you time and reduce the manual work and help you do more with less time. A lot of the things that are in your business that run the operations are recurring. So why not automate those things that don't necessarily have to have you touching them? Automate them with your system. This is your business hub, Google Workspace, and so many of the steps there can be automated. But if you'd like to see a deep dive into automating your lead gen and your onboarding process with Google Workspace, subscribe to see those upcoming videos on that topic. Did you know you can turn Gmail and Google Sheets into a mini CRM? Yeah, I know we really need to have our own CRM, but some of that software can get pricey and some of it has like a steep learning curve. So if you aren't really interested in that right now, you just want to get started and be able to track your leads, you can absolutely create templates, set up your Gmail, and use Zapier or some other tools to create a Google Sheet and move it into all that information, contact information you gather, and put it into a spreadsheet. Say you out at a networking event and met some cool people that you'd like to learn more about them, or maybe they're interested in what you do. You've collected their information. Maybe they booked a call with you using your appointment scheduler. You can link that and then follow up with an email to them and have the responses all go to a Google Sheet, or you can just create that from the first step of reaching out to people. But it's a simpler process that you can do to minimize having the whole CRM thing going. And this can be a good way to get started rather than just avoiding and collecting a bunch of cards from people. Are people still doing business cards? Of course they are. But a lot of them are doing things on their phones with QR codes, which you definitely can link to your account and move them over to a Google spreadsheet. Next, you can make email templates. You can save time by setting up some canned responses, especially if people, like reach out to you from your Google uh, page or any of the other sources. They may be emailing you. It's not your email marketing. They're emailing you with correspondence. You can have some set up canned responses for specific questions, and they just get those. You can even do that with FAQ questions and have things set up on your site for them to just get these responses. Mail merge. Now, using Google Sheets with yet another mail merge to send personalized mail. And I just want to be clear, I'm not talking about bulk email like you're doing email marketing. I'm talking about correspondence. Maybe you have a client list and you want to send them something that's specific to them, but you pretty much have the same thing that's going out. This is not email marketing. You're not using it that way. This is just to be able to use and send a bulk thing to people, but it be personalized with the individual's, person's name and email. So that can get a little bit much, but it's available. Mail merge is available for whatever reasons you may need to use it. Lead tracking. You can maintain a simple CRM, like I said, with the Google Sheet and track your contacts and follow up. It does not have to be super fancy. I've seen some spreadsheets people made that were like, they're so complicated, you might as well just go get HubSpot or these other software. If you want to keep it basic and minimal steps so that you actively, consistently use it, Google Sheets to track the contacts and follow up, basically. And then you can actually, without getting too fancy, you can create your follow up email and have the link the document inside there and just cut and paste it and move it over. Remember, we talked about email templates. You can have that for this too. This is a cost-effective way to manage your customer relationships without expensive software. Now, there are some low-cost software. HubSpot's a free version, a couple of other ones. But if you don't want the steep learning curve, I do suggest you can do this. And you can also grab Streak, which is one that lives inside of your Google email. If you'd like to see a video about that, I think that's a good option for people that want a full CRM, but want it inside of their Google login. They don't want to have another tool to log into. Well, I'll make a video for that if you're interested. Now, on to security and access. Security is crucial when managing your business data. And we can talk about a few features. Enabling your two-factor authentication is always key. We have all these breaches and all these other things. And while hackers can eventually get anything they want, we want to make it difficult for them to do that. And that's where the enabling two-factor authentication comes in. You can use your admin console to manage your users and set access levels. Like if you're a solopreneur and you maybe just have a VA that helps you, or maybe have some specific people like a marketing manager helping you with things, you can give them specific access levels. They may have an account with you, but they will have specific levels to no more than you want them to have access to. And you can implement data loss prevention rules to limit and protect their access to sensitive information and what they can send out as well. So these features can help with your safeguarding your business from data breaches and other unauthorized access. And you can make it super simple so that when people leave your team, you can shut it all down pretty quickly and pull in information. It used to be kind of challenging when people had built out big things in their team and if the person left and then they just don't have access to all those things. You create the access for other people. The documents need to always be under you, and you're just sharing them with them, never having anything from them built out. That's a key thing that people struggle with sometimes. They have this person on their team that's building all these things, and in the end, they don't own any of them. When the person leaves, they can't access anything. We want to avoid that, especially with your business and people being supporters or support team in your business. Be careful of that. Now, reporting and analytics. A lot of us don't really mess with the numbers too much, but we should. The financials are not the only numbers. Checking out the analytics for our marketing, for lead generation, client, everything. And Google Analytics will track your website performance. Looker Studio can build live dashboards, and Google Sheets, you can use pivot tables and other things to manage and kind of just make reports for yourself of your progress and how you're doing, especially when it comes to you setting your goals in your mind, your milestones. You want to have a great way to visually track and report all these analytics and the information. So you have these tools available to you. Finally, my favorite part, how you can manage projects with Google Workspace. I pretty much tout using project management tools and task management, but I also say keep it simple and work where you are. If you're not into using all those other tools, we can keep it simple. Google Tasks, organize your to-do list and sync them with Gmail and Calendar. When you have your email open, you should be able to see your tasks and your calendar on the right. They're all together. You can open any of them and see things and interact with it. That's so simple rather than having to open up a whole nother tool and go into that. And you can have them sync and integrate. They're constantly together and connected. Whereas you may have to upload like Asana or Trello and connect it and then have it, but you'll also have to log in. Some people don't want multiple logins. You want to minimize as many logins as possible. So if some of the tools integrate or already live in your workspace, that's always a plus. Google Chat Spaces, you can collaborate with team members in dedicated chat project spaces. And this is a bit like Slack and the other tools where you can have a project that you're working on and have chat spaces just for that. So you know that everything in there is just about that particular project. And it makes it easy to manage. Google Sheets too, you can have templates for project planning and tracking your progress. A lot of time we use sprint trackers in our Google Sheets as well as our ClickUp and our other tools, but it can be simple, simple. We don't have to have the fancy schmancy complicated things unless it's something you desire and it needs to go to a larger group to explain big projects. Don't really have to have it. Simple spreadsheet, and it's already connected with your system. Everything. These features, you can manage your project effectively and keep everyone on the same page, which is really the most important thing. Even if you're a solopreneur, you want to keep your clients on the same page. Everybody needs to understand you want to communicate well, and these tools will allow you to do that efficiently and well. Now that you've seen how Google Workspace can streamline your business, it's time to take some action. Which feature did you feel like you were most excited to implement? Drop a comment below and let me know. And don't forget, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, or hit the notification button so you won't miss a tip on productivity, automation, and ways to grow your business with ease. Thanks for watching.